The Warrior Cleanse. Keeping you clean so you can live the dream. Commit, transform, thrive. And now your warrior hostess, Diane Kazer.
Hey, what's up, Wellness Warriors? Welcome to my kitchen. Today, I am going to take you for a tour of how I meal prep for the week. It's about a half hour every time you make a meal, right? So it saves you a lot of time by just doing this for about a 2-hour time period on a Sunday, which today is. It's typically the day that farmers markets and things are open as well. So the more effective that we can be about meal prep and about being ahead of the game, the less we're likely to grab onto things that aren't really that healthy for us and get munchy because our blood sugar is so low. So one of the things that I strictly advise against is skipping breakfast in the morning. So the few things that I want to show you guys are a few breakfast morning options too, because a lot of people are struggling with breakfast time. Of course, they're like, I'm running out the door. Yeah, of course. Okay, so that's where, whey protein powder comes in handy. And or maybe having a juice and making a smoothie or something like that. So you've got a ton of options, but you always want to make sure that when you are building a plate, and this is something I teach and advocate in the Warrior Cleanse, and something that if you guys have worked with me as a client, you guys know how to build a plate. So building a plate, every person's going to be different, every person's macronutrient ratios are going to be different, but every person, it's been said by a lot of different athletes, they've done studies on this by Chris Kresser and also by Ben Greenfield, that we can't really digest more than 25 to 30% of protein of total caloric intake at a time. So that being said, if you kind of looked at this as a large plate obviously, but if you kind of looked at a plate, that's half, that's 25% each, right? So what I like to recommend is that just fill half of your plate with a bunch of vegetables, like maybe a salad or something. This is on a larger scale, but just make a big old salad out of it. And then for the ones who've done my Warrior Cleanse, you guys know that 1 deck of cards is about the protein size for women, and 2 decks of cards is about the protein size for men for each meal. So take and slab like a deck of cards, kind of like the size of your palm, right on your plate. And you can make that lean, you can make it a little bit more dense with fat, so that would be more high purine, whatever your body feels good with, so that your meals last you 4 hours. That's the idea, is that you get 3 good solid meals, and maybe if you need to snack in between, yeah, but I do not advocate eating that many times throughout the day that often, especially because these days we've got a lot of people fermenting their proteins. They're not digesting their proteins very well in their small intestine, and it causes a lot of bloating, and we've got a lot of candida and a lot of parasites and stuff like that, and bacterial overgrowth. So I only eat 3 meals a day. I used to eat 6, and it was just kind of a lot for me. Let's do it. Let's take us for a little tour. All right, I'm gonna grab my camera. Yeehaw! You guys ready? All right, cool. So every morning I start off, I get a 32-ounce juice made at Mother's Market, and I have my herbs in the morning, my Chinese herbs. But I use matcha powder, which is great. It's green tea, so it's good for fat burning. I also put glutamine, and I have gelatin in there as well. And then I pick my favorite protein powder, and I make a drink in the morning. And then what I'm doing today is I am preparing the salads for the week so that you guys can get a feel for this. Those up here, you guys can see these mason jars are here, so that what I can do is I can take this salad, this lettuce that's already been pre-washed. This is why I like Organic Girls, actually, is because it's already pre-washed, so you don't have to. So I'm gonna put about 2 handfuls of this in each one of those mason jars, and I'm gonna add some dried cranberries. It's one of the only times I ever advocate dried fruit, is when you're kind of making salads on the go. And then a bunch of these. These are really good. I like these. I get these from my local natural health food store. And then so they don't get soggy the day of, if I'm on the go, I will just slice some avocado on top, and then I make my own dressing. So that's how you do the salads. And to add some protein to that, you could do a number of different things, but I have already hard boiled a dozen eggs. So that's one of the other things that you can be doing during this station, is that you could be hard boiling some eggs over here at the same time you're doing a bunch of this. So that's one of the proteins. I already also talked about the protein powder. That's 2 of the proteins. And the third protein I'm going to be making is tilapia. I got this from my local natural health food store, and this one is from Santa Monica Seafood, a trusted source for me. So I'm gonna put that into this, and I already have my stove at 375 ready to go. I'm gonna put some dill on there. I'm gonna put some lemon on there. Oh, and olive oil on there. Okay, so that's protein number 3. Protein number 4 of the week is going to be organic ground chicken, and inside of that I'm going to put, this is not really, you know, these aren't complex carbs, but they're vegetables, and so to eat a variety of colors of the rainbow and with our meats is wonderful. I've got these cute little button mushrooms, fun guy. And then I've got peppers, I'm gonna cut those up, and I've got onions, I'm gonna slice those up using this tool. This is a great wand. It's something that I just got on Amazon. It's a Cuisinart. I also use this for my my hand whipping. It's my hand blender. And then instead of tortillas, I'm gonna be using these cabbage leaves. They're very, very firm, and so they're and because they're so thick, what I'm going to do when I'm done with making the chicken in the wok is I'm going to place inside of each one of these, and I do have a 6-pack fitness pink bag in the garage, and that's one way you can transport your food throughout the day is by putting them into these Tupperware containers. So I will take and line a few of these instead of tortillas, which are high grain and really just not, they're really not that good for you. I mean, grains can be very aggravating to the gut lining. So I use a lot of vegetables instead. I line this with that, and that could become like the taco. You could hold on to that. I've got 6 of these 6-pack fitness thingies. They're plastic. I don't think these ones are BPA free, but I do recommend that getting glass ones instead. That's all I had for this viewing today. Now, in terms of the fats, I have olive oil going on the fish, so you want to have about 15 to 30 grams of fat for each meal, and so that would suffice for that one. Like I said, I've got my avocado for the salads when it's time for me to eat those. And then same thing when I eat my turkey or my chicken over here. Do I keep saying turkey? Whatever. You can use chicken or turkey, just make sure it's organic. That I could also put some avocado in there and slice that on top. Sometimes I do raw cheese, but it's very rare. So that's my fats for that. And then as far as carbohydrates are concerned, sometimes I make rice, sometimes I don't, but I do have jasmine rice here. I'm gonna put this in my rice cooker, and then I've got this thingy on top, that on top of the rice while it's steaming in here, my pressure cooker. I still have to wash these are Brussels sprouts. I'm going to steam them, if there's enough room, along with this broccoli. I have already washed it with this washer that you can get. This one I think I got from Trader Joe's. You could also use hydrogen peroxide, like the little 2% one too. So that's been washed. And then the one other thing I forgot to mention is that I will take these beets. I'm gonna wash these guys, I'm gonna shred them down and put them in the salad. So I think that pretty much covers it. Oh, I forgot to tell you about my sweet potatoes. I got these little tiny sweet potatoes. I'm gonna place them along this sheet here, and then I'm going to douse them with olive oil, maybe a little bit of cinnamon, make it a dessert this time, and some sea salt, and maybe some grass-fed butter instead of the olive oil. I'm not sure yet. Then also what I do is I have oranges and apples. That's my like snack before a meal. It's better before than after because sugars tend to ferment in the stomach if we have proteins in there as well. And then when I'm on the go, I put these in my purse. So if I'm ever in a bind and I've had a long day, then I have these in my purse. I like these flavor. There's only 3 ingredients in this entire thing. So I think that pretty much covers it. Everything is ready to go. I'm just gonna start the clock and so you guys can see how long this takes me. Okay guys, so the fish is pretty much almost done. The rice just beeped. All of my little salad guys are all ready to go. I've got the pumpkin seeds, I've got the cranberries in there, I've got the olive lettuce in here, the avocado I will add later, the hard-boiled egg I will add later, and then I just throw probably just a little bit of like olive oil in there. So all I'm gonna do with this, as you can see, so I'm gonna huddle down here, is I've lined each one of these things with the cabbage, and this is our little chicken slash mushrooms slash onion and red and yellow bell pepper. And this is what it looks like. And once the rice is done or cooling down, I'm gonna add a portion of rice in here, and I'll probably rotate like a little bit of rice and then a little bit of sweet potato in there. Our carbohydrates for the day depend on each person, so like 25, at least 20% up to 50%. Some athletes require more, and some people who have thyroid conditions like myself, we need more because we actually manufacture thyroid hormones out of insulin, and insulin is released when we eat carbohydrates. Not like a lot of sugar, we're talking about the healthy kind of carbohydrates. Hey guys, I did want to say one thing. A lot of people are always like, oh yeah, you know, I need a recipe book, I need recipes. It really is so simple. All you have to do is pick whatever your favorite protein is. Like you heard me list the ones, like the top 5 that I use. Just pick a protein, pick a green, and pick a fat. And your fat would be like the healthy oils. That's the stuff that you would douse over it. Cold oils. I have a whole list on what is best cold and what is best used for cooking. So I'm using coconut oil today for cooking, and then I'm gonna probably put some grass-fed butter on each one of these little broccolis when I eat it the day of. I will not put this in the microwave. I'll just eat it cold. And then I just use salt. It doesn't need to be that complicated. It's just literally like 4 ingredients. It's whatever meat that you use, whatever vegetables that you decide upon, and whatever oils that you drizzle all over the top or that you cook it with. I mean, it's just 3 things. And then whatever carbohydrates that you opt for, like mine are sweet potatoes and rice and fruit. That's it. There's probably about a total of 10 ingredients maybe. I used all of this entire video. So I'm almost done, and I'll let you know what time it is when we're finished. But that's it. I'm looking at the clock, 9:52. So it's been just about an hour, and I've done enough meals for the next 3 days. This could have easily been done for the entire week, but I just wanted to show it to you on a small scale. And I have enough time tonight. I have enough time to be able to make dessert out of black beans. I'm making brownies. Yep. And like I said, if you guys are interested in any other really amazing video tips, the Warrior Cleanse is insane. It's loaded with this stuff. So hopefully this saves you guys a ton of time. And I've learned a lot over the years from all different kinds of people. So if there's any other things that you guys can add to this, please let me know. Put it in the comments below. Share this with your friends, and make sure to subscribe because I've got plenty of amazing other video recipes, and I ain't stopping anytime soon. I'm on to the next one already. All right, guys. Have a great week. Talk to you soon. Love y'all. Peace.
This message is brought to you by Kazer Wellness. Live like a warrior.